Hi, I'm Chrissy. Thank you for watching. Today I'm going to be going over the Lorac Malibu palette. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Chrissy. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Lorac Malibu Free Spirit palette. This is what the outside looks like. And the inside. One matte shade, 3 shimmery shades, and a bronzer and a highlighter. And I will pop up on the screen how much this palette is originally, but I got it on sale at Ulta for $12, which I thought was an amazing deal. Definitely worth the price for how much you're getting. Also, I have heard throughout the beauty community that Lorac shadows are some of the best shadows. So I already have my base done. I've done my primer, foundation, concealer, powder, all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and start with the bronzer to finish off my face. This is my favorite bronzer brush. This is from Japanesque. NARS also has one, but this is just a cheaper version and exactly the same quality. It's really great. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into here. I'm a little bit nervous that it might be a little bit too orange for me, but we will find out. So I like to start off above my cheekbones, or above the hollows of my cheekbones, because I find that my bronzer will blend down to where I want it to be. If I start off at the hollows of my cheekbones, it will end up way too low and I'll just have bronzer all over my face. So as you can see, I just kind of go right above where my cheekbones are. And then I like to kind of place it and swirl my brush and make sure it's really diffused and blended out. So it doesn't look too orange. I feel like you could get carried away with it and possibly have it turn out a little bit too orange. Sometimes I also like to kind of top it in and then swirl. I have very dry skin, so depending on how much powder I put on my face, kind of depends on what technique I use. So this actually is blending out like really beautifully. It isn't too orange, but if you are lighter in skin tone than me, I would be a little bit leery and be very light-handed, and just don't go in with too much at a time. Use a fluffier brush and I'm sure you'll be fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip into the highlight with my Morphe Y14. Tap off any excess. Oh wow, that is a gorgeous shade. Hopefully you can see that. I barely tapped in and it is definitely showing up. Ooh, very pretty. I thought this might be a little bit too dark for me. I don't know why, just because it looked quite pink. But it's a very soft, like baby pink. It's almost like mostly white, or like an icy white with like a pink shift almost. Hopefully you can see how gorgeous that is. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and try a blush. I just got this NYX blush in the shade Rose Garden. It's a very pretty, vibrant pink with a little bit of gold shimmer in there. I'm going to try to not put too much on. And I feel like I already did. I mean, I know that it's vibrant, but woo, girl. That is like really, really vibrant, but it's very pretty. You need like the smallest amount. But it does blend very well, which is nice. It blends very, very easily. I like the color. It is very bright. I think next time I might go in with an even lighter hand than what I thought I was just doing. I didn't think I had that much on the brush, but you can always take a face powder, or like I'm doing, just softening it out with your bronzer brush. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick, easy, just like fast eye look with these shadows. Maybe I'll just do a very light dusting of the bronzer first. So I'm just very lightly going to tap into that and put that right in the crease. Since there's only one matte shade, excuse me, one matte eyeshadow, it's a little bit difficult because I do like to have normally at least 2 mattes in the crease just to give my eyes a little bit of depth. But you can always reach for another palette or do like I'm doing and just use a bronzer as an eyeshadow. In my like fast, easy, get my face done kind of makeup, I always use my bronzer, so it's definitely not unheard of. But they do give you the option of some beautiful bronzy shades for your eyelids, so that's nice. So I went ahead and threw the Longboard shade, the bronzer shade called Longboard, in my crease and just blew that out very, very lightly. I didn't use a lot of product, just kind of use it as a transition shade. Now we're going to go in with the mauve-y sort of rosy tone shade, and that's called Morning Surf. I'm just going to dip a little bit onto my brush, tap off any of the excess. And this is the BH Cosmetics V5 brush, I think. I use it all the time and it's pretty much all the way off the writing on it. So I'm going to put that right in the crease and fluff that around. And I'm just going to build the color very slowly so I can have a really nice blend. If you go in with a ton of product and try to blend that out, you're going to have a really, really difficult time blending that out. So you want to go in with the tiniest amount of product and a very fluffy brush and just kind of make windshield wiper motions back and forth. You can also kind of do circular motions to buff it out. That way you don't have any harsh lines and there's not a line showing you exactly where your eyeshadow ends. Basically, you don't want to be able to tell where your eyeshadow ends or you haven't blended enough. Just take your time, build it up to the intensity you want it to be. The shade is definitely pigmented. I'm barely tapping it at all and tapping off the excess, and as you can see, it's still quite pigmented on my eye. It's a beautiful color. I don't think I have a color like this in any of the palettes I own. So these are the 3 shimmer shades. Wow, those are pigmented. Okay. So we have more of a very light gold. This is very similar, but it's a little bit less, or a little bit more bronzy, and this one's a little bit more gold. And then that one, as you can tell, is more of like a dark brown. I think I want to go ahead and take the one that has a little bit, that's kind of in between. So this one's a little bit more bronzy and that one's a little bit more of a very light gold tone. So this one is Cliffside View. I'm going to take that on a flat brush. This is a BH Cosmetics number 112 brush. I'm going to go ahead and pick some up. I'll place it on the eyes without any Fix Plus just to see how that goes. But really, it doesn't matter to me whether it performs well or not without a brush or without Fix Plus, because I pretty much always use Fix Plus, so I'll just do it in case there's anyone wondering. I think it's just this brush isn't picking up very much. But as you can see, it still looks very pretty, very soft, bronzy gold. It's a beautiful color. Actually, don't think I need Fix Plus. This is showing up pretty good. I'm just putting a little bit at a time on my brush because I really don't want to get fallout. So I went ahead and threw Beach House right there on the inner corner. And it's a little bit lighter. It does look quite pretty. Maybe I'll mix it with a little bit of Afternoon Rose. Oh yeah, so it's a little bit brighter. Just made it a little bit lighter. Very pretty. I'm going to also throw some of Afternoon Rose, the highlighter, right underneath the brow bone. And this is my favorite inner corner highlighting brush. This is a Morphe M156. Has a little shader brush on one end that I love to use for going under the lash line. And this is great for under the brow, for doing inner corner. You could even use it for like mapping out a cut crease kind of thing. It's very good brush for lots of purposes. Anything you want to use it for, you could definitely use it for. Now I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the shade Pink of Me. Just a very light baby pink color, and put that in the waterline. Now I'm going to grab a little brush. This is the B Bella NG334 brush. I love these kinds of brushes. I also have some from Morphe, the M507. Pretty much the exact same brush. Very fluffy and has a really fine point at the tip. So I really love it for like contouring in between the Cupid's bow, under the mouth, contouring the nose, underneath the lower lash line. So I'm going to grab the Morning Surf shade and just put that right on the lower lash line, just to kind of tie everything in. And I'm not bringing it all the way in to my eye, just so it leaves my eyes looking a little bit more open. So I'm doing it about halfway. And you always want to make sure and connect that corner there, so there's not a disconnect when you move your head around. I used to do that a lot when I was starting off makeup, so I just kind of pull that same color down into the lower lash line, just to make sure it's all connected. So I went ahead and put some mascara on. I used my favorite combo at the moment, the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. This is absolutely amazing. It is pricey, but my lashes have never been as long. And the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot, these are just amazing. I love the combination of the two. It makes my lashes so full, so long, so fluffy and flirty. And I threw the lip color, the Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade Child Star, I think is what it is. Oh no, Cool Girl. And then the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Milkshake. I put that right in the center just to do a little bit of a ombre vibe. I'm not in love with the Too Faced lipsticks. They work good if you want something that's going to be very long wearing, but that makes it very drying, like most liquid lipsticks. But I just have some that aren't as drying. So they're okay, but not that great. So this is the final look. I definitely recommend the Lorac palette. Everything looks beautiful. The powders work a lot better than what I expected. Not to say I thought they were going to be bad, but they exceeded my expectations. The highlighter is amazing. The bronzer blended beautifully. The eyeshadow is perfect. It has a perfect amount of pigmentation. The mattes blend very well. The shimmery eyeshadows are really shimmery and very beautiful on their own without Max Fix Plus, which I find amazing because a lot of shimmery eyeshadows aren't shiny enough on their own, so I end up having to use Max Fix Plus or some kind of setting spray to amp up the shine and make them a little bit more of what I want. But with this palette I didn't have to do that, so I definitely think it is worth $12. It is amazing if you can get your hands on it, or any of the other 3 or 4 palettes in this collection. I can 100% tell you, you are not going to be disappointed. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any requests for videos, leave them in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! That's my daughter. She knows where I am.